Recovery Daily podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Miller. I'm a stroke survivor and grateful recovering alcoholic. Today's topic is acting my way through pain. I have building evidence over the years that my program can support me through anything, my sobriety program. I'm constantly facing and walking through the unknown, and I continue to be okay. Lots of people say, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Well, what I was introduced to in my sobriety program is that it already is okay. To stop waiting for it to be okay, because it is okay. And with that reassurance, I am more easily able to walk through pain. I'm always okay. Even when I'm sad or afraid, I'm okay. It's life that I have to walk through. I have building evidence that the more I give, the more I have. And this is something that I also learn in my program, that after we go through the steps, we reach step 12, which is about helping others and sharing our experience and strength and hope with newcomers so that they may find the same joy and serenity that I have found in the program. And the more that I do that, the more I give my sobriety away, the more I give my sobriety program away, the more sobriety, serenity, the stronger my program is. But none of this evidence protects me from negative thought loops. And I shared yesterday, the past 48 hours I've been in a negative thought loop as I reflect on losing a family friend. And this is a man that was a big brother to me growing up. It's almost funny to me to say man, because so often my thoughts over the past 48 hours have been reflecting on when we were kids. And he was always there. And so last night I was talking to my boyfriend about how sad I am, and I feel stuck in my sadness. I feel myself very much staring off and mostly picturing his face. But I have memories of growing up, not only growing up, but even just over the past 10 years, memories of being around him, because he ended up working with our family business. And he was still working there, actually, when he passed. And so I find myself just thinking, just in this thought loop, and I don't know how to get out of it. I guess I didn't know how to get out of it, but I have some ideas that I know from my program that have started creeping in the more that I keep trying to look for a way out of my thought loop. It feels like a spinning top in my head, these thoughts, and I need to do something. I need to take action to throw that spinning top off balance and make it fall down, you know. So I was talking to my boyfriend about that, and I said, since my stroke, I've been in this different world in my head. I feel like I've been fearful. That fear has diminished for the most part. I don't feel so much like I did right after I had my stroke that I'm just gonna die any day now. I don't feel that way as much anymore, but as I have these people that are important to me pass, um, those thoughts creep back in. That fear creeps back in. That thought of what's the point? What's the whole point of all of this? That's where my head goes. And I know it's human to think like that. I know I'm not unique. I know I'm not suicidal. I'm human and I'm sad. That's that's what I feel. I feel sad. And it's okay to feel sad. I'm okay. But what my boyfriend was telling me, he's so good at just talking me through these thoughts and really listening. And he said, I said it. I said that about. I just feel like I'm just, from this point on, I'm just watching people die. And he said, you can't think like that. There's a lot of all of this that's happening strengthens our will to be joyful in the life that we have and to, I could have died when I had my stroke. It just happened to happen in a part of my brain that inhibited my vision and gave me these headaches and migraines. But it could have very well been in any part of my brain. And so I'm really lucky. And I need to be grateful. And I am grateful. And I need to use this. It's like he said, it's like you have a second chance. Honestly, I feel like this is my third chance because I'm beating a fatal disease of alcoholism, and I'm beating this stroke that I had. So I keep being given these chances, and I need to do the most with them. But the way that I can do that is that I have to talk about these human feelings where um, my sadness wants to feed on itself. That spinning top just wants to keep going faster and faster on its axis. And only I can make the decision to throw that spinning top off of its axis. So every night before I go to bed, I read this line out of my nighttime prayer. And it says, to remove remorse, to remove worry, remorse, or morbid reflections, that I may be of usefulness to you and my fellows. And this line I've been reading for years now, since I got sober, since whoever it was gave me this prayer card. I've been reading it before I go to bed every night. And um, this line has taken new shape depending on what's going on in my life. And I remember when my dog died, my dog Evie. And so Evie had been through a lot with me. Evie was my dog while I was an active alcoholic. And she was my friend. And when she passed away, I tend to get very absorbed in that sadness and grief about the loss. Um, and I felt that way when I lost my dog. And I kept reading this line: to remove morbid reflections, that I may be of usefulness. And every night when I read that, it took me out of myself and refocused on my children, because they lost their dog too. And if I sit and ponder and marinate in my grief about losing my dog, I can't be of service or useful to the people around me, especially, most importantly, my children. That is top most important thing in my life, is that I'm able to be useful to my children, that my pain can be reshaped into hope for them. That is always my goal. That's been my goal through my sobriety. That's been my goal since my stroke. And it's been my goal as we continue to lose people in our lives that are important to us. So negativity bias, this is the thing that makes human beings lean more towards the negativity than the positive. It's in our, I don't know, it's in our blood, however you want to say it. It's a part of being human. I've been training myself in recovery to link negativity to action and service. And gratefully, I have the foundation of doing this because I read this line every night before I go to bed. I practice it daily, even when things aren't as painful. Before I go to sleep, I don't allow myself to fall asleep on negative thoughts. One thing I used to tell my kids all the time when they were younger was, when they had bad dreams, if they woke up in the middle of the night, I would tell them to flip their pillow over to the good dream side. I'd say, I don't know how you fell asleep on the bad dream side. Just flip your pillow over to the good dream side and go back to sleep. And that's what they would do. And they said that they say that it works. They said that it works. And so I pride myself on that brilliant brilliant idea. So I kind of do the same thing. I think of this not going to bed with negative thoughts. It's like I'm turning my pillow over. I put the worry, remorse, and morbid reflections on my nightstand, and they'll be there in the morning when I wake up, if I choose to pick them back up. I'm turning my pillow over to the positive side, so that I can sleep with serenity. So I talked this week about adding a morning prayer to precede my day with hope. And that morning prayer is to guide my thinking away from self-pity and fear towards inspiration, serenity, and action. And this is what I'm doing. I've been reading my morning prayer now as well, and I need it. I need it. It's like I'm lying flat until I read that morning prayer, and then I kind of put my wheels under me and I can start moving slowly, but I'm moving. So today I have a list of people to call to throw that spinning top off balance. That spinning top of negativity and fear that's in my mind. And I have evidence that negativity and depression feed off of themselves. I dealt with that for the first 42 years of my life. But I also have mounting evidence that I have the power to starve negativity and depression with prayer and talking to another human being. And it's the last thing I want to do when I'm feeling negative, when I'm sad, when I feel depressed. The last thing I want to do is pull myself out of it. It's just it's something that my mind wants to nurture and grow. Just like my disease of alcoholism, my mind wants it to be nurtured and grow. But I have to starve it. So I'm going to put the death of my friend in my God box, because like the other worries and angers and fears associated with other people and places and things that I run across on a day-to-day basis, just like that, I can't control what has happened. The only thing I can control is from my head and my heart to my fingertips. My solution is my sobriety program. I can't think my way out of these feelings. And I'm really grateful that I actually have some tears in my eyes and a lump in my throat, because this is the first time that my pain has begun to surface. And this is what I've been trying to do, to take it out of my dark place. And the only way I can get it out is to act and to talk about it. So you're watching it happen in real time. I need to act my way through the pain in order to recenter myself in joy, gratitude, and serenity. Thank you for listening today to the Recovery Daily podcast. To connect with me online, find me on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, or visit recoverydailypodcast.com. The best way you can help is to share, like, follow, and comment. If this topic resonated with you, please share it with a loved one. Thanks, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.